Hey y'all, it's TxStampin Sharon. I have literally been pushing the go live button for about 7 minutes now, so I apologize for the delay in my YouTube live tonight. I'm going to give everybody a minute to find this video or this live presentation. I was getting a message that traffic was very heavy on the internet.
This tree is a girl tree. Girl trees trap pollen.
Uh-oh.
Boy trees help.
Well, we just have all kinds of fun happening. I forgot to turn off the sound on my laptop. I turned it off over there. So, all right. Is everybody with me? I am seeing, okay, I'm seeing Mary Yates. I'm seeing Rhonda Hunter. Hi, Linda. Oh my goodness. That was a new one for me, y'all. I've never had that. I know that the weather is bad. The weather is bad in Texas. The weather is bad everywhere. I don't know if everybody's just bored and is on the internet, but I've just never had that. So, yeah. All right. So I am here. I am super excited. I'm going to be showing y'all 3 cards tonight using window sheets, or better known as acetate. Before we get started, I do want to say hello to everyone who is joining me in the live, specifically my friend Michelle. Michelle Batson is my moderator. That's her title. She has a little blue wrench by her name in the chat. She helps y'all when I have my head down and I can't answer your questions. She helps direct you guys to maybe a product that I mention or a website link or something like that. So please tell her how much you appreciate her, because I sure do. Let's see. You guys are talking about my shirt. I'm feeling very tropical today. I am getting closer and closer to my beach trip, the first part of June. So thank you, Susan and Mary. I do love me some tropical clothes when it's, you know, you're just thinking about the beach and you're like, I want to be there. Michelle is watching for a change tonight. She is not stamping. That is okay, because I didn't tell y'all what I was using. So we're not doing mystery stamping tonight. I am going to be sharing 3 cards using the window sheets from Stampin' Up. You know, this new catalog, we all have to figure out where things are. So this is the new annual catalog. And when you turn to page 123, you see where they use the window sheets for a shaker card. And I love my shaker cards. Yeah, I do. I'm surprised I didn't make one for this class. I was like, I just think I'm going to do something totally different. So I have done shaker cards in the past, but when you do look at this, it talks about the window sheets, makes it easy to create unique shaker card shapes. So this was done with, it could have been done, I would say it was done with dies, because this does come with dies or punches, but the window sheets are just a mere $5. Okay. I think even in the new catalog, it is a hidden gem, because there's so many things that you can do with the window sheets, such as a shaker card, or I'm going to share with y'all 3 cards. Now, there was a version of this card done. Those of you who are demonstrators and went to Houston, Texas, there was a version of this card done there, but I put my own twist on it. So we will see if you like my version better. Then there's this one. I love this one too. I call it like a peekaboo card, because you can kind of see through the window sheet right here. And then this one, super fun. Hi, Anita. How are you? Hi, Joellen. This one is super fun because I actually embossed. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. I embossed the window sheet. And so, yeah, we're going to be doing these 3 cards tonight. The window sheets come at 12 by 12. So cutting them up into, you know, like 4 inches is great. You get more bang for your buck. On some of my cards, though, my card is 4 1/4. I chose to not cut it at 4 because I wanted it to be 4 1/4 like a regular card. So keep that in mind if you're cutting up the 12 by 12. Okay. I have, let me put this aside. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's go this way. At 8 p.m. Central, I will have a very quick, easy download for y'all to remember these cards over on the blog. You can see the link below the video, but don't go yet because it has to be 8 p.m. Central. The blog post is not live. So there you go. But I did not want to forget to tell y'all that on Tuesday, May 21st, Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping. Womp womp. Free shipping, 24 hours only. It has to be on orders over $75. And it, someone asked me if it could count on Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is a subscription and you have to sign up for that. And so, no, it doesn't count. It's when you're shopping. So not the subscription one. Okay. I'm going to get my paper trimmer out and we're going to make this card first. Okay. All right. I'm going to move these over. I seem to have, I ran out of space. Shocker. I got so much to share. Okay. Move this over. All right. I am looking forward to the free shipping too, Mary Yates. I was trying to figure out, I went through and I looked, I think I needed about 10 different colors of cardstock because I'm getting low. And I was like, ooh, baby, going to get my cardstock with free shipping. Yep, love it. All right, I need to pull my arm out. Pull my arm out. And I know that we've had like bad weather all over. I hope that everyone is safe. I have a dog fence that I use to keep the little dogs kind of, what do you call it? Like corralled up. And the wind came through and blew that fence down. And y'all, it's metal and it's long. So that ought to be fun putting that back up. All right. So I have a piece of Summer Splash, which this happens to be one of the new in colors. And I made this card a couple weeks ago, and I honestly thought I had Bermuda Bay. I prepared tonight's card with Bermuda Bay, and I was like, that's not Bermuda Bay. Put that away. All right, or Coastal Cabana. Sorry, Coastal Cabana. All right, so this is 4 1/4, and I need this to be 7 inches. Now, what I did was, let me just back up. I cut the paper 4 1/4. And make it hard to stamp with your arm out. Oh gosh, y'all pay attention. Y'all focus, Mary, focus. And it is 11 inches. Okay. So I just cut my cardstock in half, but I wanted to do all the cutting with you live so that you would know what I was doing. Okay. So now I'm going to move that cutting blade out of the way, and I need this. I need to score this at 5.5. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Yeah, 5.5. Hey, Nicole, I'm so glad you caught a live tonight, girl. Happy that you're here. So yeah, maybe I don't know if you're having bad weather, but maybe that's why you caught me live. But either way, I'm happy. So guys, I have to tell you, my granddaughter and I are trying to watch the ACMAs in Frisco, Texas. And so they're on Amazon Prime. And so I was over there watching, you know, like the red carpet stuff. And she's texting me and I'm like, oh, I got to go to work. All right. So I need a piece that is 1 1/4. And then I need 2 pieces that are 1 inch. So what I'm saying is I have to hurry up and get through this live so I can watch the show with my granddaughter. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. The other things that I need for my card are window sheet that is 4 1/4 by 5 inches. Okay, whoops, that is looking a little long. You know, sometimes when we're putting it, this is 5 1/4, but because I've got it butted up against that, I'm going to trim a skosh off. And y'all know what a skosh is if you've been watching me for a hot minute. It's such a small amount, you can't tell. Can't even tell. It doesn't even register on. And then we're going to try it again. A little bit more. The things I do, Michelle, for my crafters. Yeah, my YouTubers. All right. So now we've got it nice and perfect size. Okay. I know it's a sacrifice, but I had to do it. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. Did I do it this way? I did. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach my window sheet on the top of my flap. Okay. Y'all see that? Nicole says she usually sets it and then does fussy cutting. And I do that too, but since my trimmer was right here. All right. I don't care what kind of adhesive I use right here because you're not going to be able to see it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and I know this is hard to see on camera. And that is looking a little wide even. Well, we may be using our snips after all, Nicole. What I was saying is I don't care what kind of adhesive I use because I'm going to be covering that up. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera, but there is, you can see my adhesive, but I don't care. All right. So I figured out that I'm a little bit too fat. Ha! Careful, Mary. Careful. Don't go there with the fat joke. My paper is a little too fat. See, Mary, I was catching you before you said something. Okay, there we go. All right. Now this piece that I have that I told you, whoops, is that 1 1/4? That should have been 1 1/4. And I know what I did. I cut it 4. Hang on. Let me get another piece of paper. I cut my paper wrong. Shocker. Oops. Oh, I'm glad I work from home and I could just reach over and grab that. Now that should have been, let's make sure. Yep, I did 5 1/2. That should have been 1 1/4. We're going to check it. 1 1/2. We measured that first one wrong. All right, let's try that again. 1 1/2. Yeah, it's a good thing I work from home and I could just reach over and grabbed another piece. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this on top. Okay, so I'm just sandwiching that in between. If you don't have window sheets on hand, you can also use the clear backing that stamps come on. Good point, and I was going to mention that. I bet I've thrown them all away. Let's see. This is rubber. When y'all get, and I didn't even show you what stamps I'm using. Not being able to go live really threw me. So this is acetate that comes with the stamps. And you could make, let me put this here. You could make this card with this piece. See that? Might have to clean it off a little bit because it had stamps on it, but good point, Michelle. You can certainly use that. All right, now let me show y'all what I'm using for my cards. Commercial. We're doing a commercial. Seaside Wishes. Got my tropical shirt on. I am ready to go to the beach. Tropical Wishes, and it's because I had my arm out when you were cutting the paper. That was it, Mary. And then I used the hybrid embossing folder, and this is the Seaside Wishes embossing folder. And then I also used the Seaside Wishes dies. Now, I have pre-cut or pre-embossed or pre-dyed all of my paper tonight because I was going to show you 3 cards. But a hybrid embossing folder, the die locks in. Can y'all see that? And they are specially made to go with the embossing folder. So you wouldn't take just any die and stick it inside of an embossing folder. It would not work, okay? It has to be a hybrid, and you always know if it's hybrid because it will state it on the package, okay? Now, I like to store mine together, and I just put like a rubber band around them and keep them together like that so that I know that these go together. Okay. All right. Ruth Ann, working from home is the best. It's going to have, Stampin' Up! Is going to have to wait. I'm getting ready to make 40 baskets for cemeteries for Memorial Day. Wow. Bless your heart. That's a lot. That is a lot. Now, on another card that I made, I used, y'all remember this stamp set, Beauty of the Deep? I wanted to bring in that coral, okay? Now, just in case you don't have these stamp sets, I was looking and I was like, I am really a nut for the beach. I have the new Beach Day. I have the Sea Turtles. I have Beauty of the Deep. Y'all, I'm ready. Bring it on. What kind of beach cards do we want? Okay, back to the assembly of our card. So now I'm going to, again, I don't really care what kind of adhesive I'm using because I'm going to, and I'm making sure I'm checking my edge, this edge, and this edge. Let me zoom my camera in just a little bit to make sure that I have got this layer done. Let's see here. Go in and out. There we go. Okay. All right. So there you go. Okay. So we have sandwiched that piece in between those. I do have some designer series paper, and this is from the new In Color. Speaking of the new In Colors, y'all, is that not Petunia Pop or what? I'm just saying. It is a glittery Petunia Pop. So 5 new In Colors that came out. We have Shy Shamrock, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Summer Splash. So Stampin' Up! Is giving the paper. Let's see, what else is it? If you join as a demonstrator during May, you get that paper, you get the ink pads, you get assortment of cardstock and the In Color markers for free in your starter kit as a demonstrator. So I always like to mention that because, and some people think, I do not want to do what she's doing. I would have a heart attack if I was on YouTube and that video didn't start on time. I would lose my mind. You ain't got to do what I do, I promise. Most of my team simply enjoy being a demonstrator because they like the discount. They don't do what I do. All right. So I told y'all earlier, did I cut that wrong? I sure did. Look, Mary Yates says that dang arm sticking out. All right. We need this to be 4 1/4. I need 2 pieces that are 1 inch by 4 1/4. Okay. This is going to go down here. And what we're doing is giving that acetate some stability, okay, for our card. Now, if you're looking for a card that's going to stand up, my friends, it does, but it's wonky. Can y'all see? That acetate kind of bends, but it works, okay? So again, I'm not caring what kind of adhesive. Now, when I keep saying that, when you use adhesive on acetate, you can see through it, okay? So I'm lining it up. Lining it up. There we go. We're going to open it up. We're going to do the same thing. All right, let me know in the chat or in the comments if you have ever made a card like this. Anything beachy, Cindy Wagner is my friend too. I love it. All right, so now what we have is our basic white that's going to go on the inside, okay? And if you notice, I did do some stamping and added, I'm calling it coral. I don't know, really not too sure what that is. I have not, never made a card like this. Well, I'm glad I can teach y'all something new then. I'm going to get my paper piercer. And I want this stamp. Okay. Now, let's talk about this. We need, whoops, sorry. Okay, I forgot I was zoomed in. We need to stamp, come on, in this area. Okay. Seagrass. It's not coral, it's seagrass. Thank you, Mary. So I'm just going to estimate that I want it right here. Okay. Guesstimate. Hi, Barbara. How are you? Cindy Wagner has made a few. They are so cool. That is crooked. Y'all. All right. There's two sides to every piece of paper. We're going to do that again. Gonna get my head right over it. It's the beauty of Stampin' Up cardstock. Two sides to every piece of paper. Okay. But I got a smudge on it. That's okay. We're going to put our seagrass on there. All right. Move that off. Let's see. Renee says, I usually put a folded white card inside and decorate the front of it so the writing will be hidden. Yeah, you know, that's another point too. Like there's not going to be much writing on here because we have such a big window. But you can always add a piece of basic white on the back if you have more to say. Or you can modify and do some writing up here and writing, you know, you could start off saying, Dear Renee, I hope that you're feeling better today. Love, Sharon. See? No problem. And Renee was telling us during the chat, you know, how she was feeling. So that's why I'm saying that. All right. Now, let me just tell you, when you get this bundle, have fun. Just have fun with it. Cut a bunch of pieces. Cut a bunch of seashells. These are done in petal pink. I did some in the new basic beige. Okay, just going to leave these out. I've got some seashells. I've got some starfish. Just have fun with it. Okay, I'm looking for, I don't want my coral. I want my seagrass. There we go. And then I think I also need, let's see what else I need. I need that size. So I've got all of my sand dollars right here. I need that size and I need this little sand dollar, or yeah, it's a sand dollar. Cut out, a detailed sand dollar. Okay. All right. So we already know that we have to cover up the smudge. Not a problem. It's not a problem because we're putting these on the inside anyway. And what I did was I had them kind of in the window. Okay. I'm pulling my card and coming up behind my seashells. All right. So now when we put our seashell on, we're going to be careful with our glue. So if you watched my brayering class the other night, we talked about adding glue with the brayer. And I really need, for this card, I really need a thin layer of glue. Michelle said, yeah, the Seaside Wishes bundle is currently unavailable at this time. If there is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on here, I would appreciate you telling me what the ETA is. I want to say it's May 20th, and I really meant to double check that before I went live. So Michelle, thank you for that. It is unavailable at this time, but it's coming back. All right, so the way I like to do it is I turn the brayer upside down so that my feet are up. I got my arm out and my feet up tonight. I may not have gotten enough adhesive, but we'll see. Yeah, I want a little bit more. So I did the brayer class last Thursday, and everyone who has ordered during May has received a copy of that handout. So yeah, super fun. So what this gives me is a very thin amount of adhesive on my shell, not Michelle, like Michelle Batson. All right, so I'm just going to put this right here. Let's see. Basic beige is the perfect color for the sand dollar. Sahara sand was also a great one too. Okay, so when I do that, you can't really see the glue. Just saying. Now, how do I get the glue off? I will take it to the sink and run it under water and rub it with my hands. Okay. Seaside Wishes bundle. ETA is June 2nd. Thank you, Ernie. Thank you for letting us know. So yeah, that's not too far away, and you'll have this idea tucked away. You'll be all ready for it. You can cut the cardstock and be ready for it when you order it. There you go. All right. So next I have is and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use our glue. And I'm going to put it on that side. And it's just sticky enough. So fun. Okay. I do have that tutorial in my tutorial store, my shop store, if you want to grab it too. Just some tips and tricks on using the brayer and things like that. So, all right, I'm just going to add some adhesive right here because I really want a little bit more. I don't need a thin coat. I need a thicker coat. Okay, I am looking for another. Okay. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to my seagrass. Try not to get glue on my fingers. And then, of course, we want to cover up our ink spot. And then here's our last one. I think I like this one better. I'll show you my original one. See my grass? I think that's funny. Y'all might not think it's funny, but I think it's funny that, I don't know. I was just trying to let it be peeking out, and I didn't pay attention how it didn't connect. But anyway, it's all good. All right, there's our first card. All right, let's do another one. So next we're going to do this one, and I have everything all ready. Sure I do. Where did I put it? Oh, right here. Okay, so first I need my basic beige. I have already embossed it. Okay, if y'all can see that. I've already embossed that. And I embossed the window sheet. Now, let me just tell you, here's a tip. So I took, let's see, let me grab it. I scored the window sheet, okay? Now, when you score it, let me just show you. It's very hard to, like, you're going to line up the ends and see how it's just kind of bubbled right here, and you kind of push it down with your fingers and it doesn't want to work. Use a bone folder and it'll lay down just fine. Okay, so that's the first tip. Second thing is, if you try to put this in, you see where our fold is. Okay, I'm going to cut off. I know y'all can't see this very well. I'm going to cut off part of my sand dollar. Okay. So I kept messing with it and messing with it. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to emboss the whole thing. So I did. The whole thing was embossed. Problem solved. We don't stress in this house. No stress. No stress. We don't stress in the craft room. We don't stress about this at all. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take, I just realized what I did. I cut petal pink instead of Calypso coral for the card. Oh, well, we'll see what it looks like. We'll see which one we like best. We're going to take and put our basic beige in the right way. Oh, I did have it right. And we're just lining it up with the window sheet. Okay. Now, we're going to add adhesive to the back of this, okay? And again, I'm not caring what it looks like, and you'll see why. Ooh, we're running out of glue. Okay. It is hard to see. There we go. Put a good back rub. Do try to keep, if you get any adhesive on your fingers, try not to touch the window sheets because it's very hard to get off. Now you can see my glue. What a hot mess that is. Doesn't scare me because this is where we're going to write our message on the back. Okay, so it's going to be on the back. All right, so let's see what it looks like with petal pink. Oh, good, I do have enough. I was like, did I do all three of them? Okay, so the first one is right here. All right, so let me get some adhesive. I am going to put that right there for a hot minute. Okay, and we're going to put that right there. I think I like the petal pink better than the Calypso coral. And then this one goes right here. And then we have a little baby one. I am not looking at the screen at all. I'm just having a good time stamping over here or creating. There we go. Okay. I think y'all are just busy chatting and y'all are fine. Y'all don't need me. Okay. I like it. I like it with the so there's the difference. Okay. All right. I have my sentiment layer. Barbie says, I have a teeny weeny sand dollar. You know, they are so delicate, aren't they? They're hard to find. And when you do, And is Virginia Batson on tonight? I didn't notice. I didn't check to see if she was here, but I know she lives by the beach. Michelle goes to the beach. Once you find them, they're very hard to find a whole one, and they're so brittle. All right. Your friendship is the best gift, because we're called Stampin' Friends around here. So y'all are all Stampin' Friends. Now, I do care what the back looks like per se. So I'm going to see, I don't know, this may have dried a bit. We'll see if our trick works with, we kind of made a mess. I made a mess, not y'all. We're going to see if we can get a little bit of glue out. Yeah, made a mess. So I'm picking up the glue that's already dried, but that's okay. You could use a sponge. I probably should have used a sponge. Ah, I love it. I love it. Trish Lappin says she's too enthralled to say anything. Trish, that is the first time I've known you to be speechless. What do y'all think? Is that not a cool card? Very unique, very easy, right? None of these have been hard so far. Okay, how about this one? Now, this is the one that I told y'all there was a version of it in Houston at Onstage. Let me grab some supplies here. And when I tried to do it the way I thought they did it, I don't think they demonstrated. I think they just showed it. And I was like, oh, I know how to do that. It didn't quite turn out the way I thought in my head. So we're going to leave this over here. We're going to do it a different way. And you know what? It's all fun. And I'll tell you what happened. When I did, so basically I'm going to be using Stampin' Blends on my card, on my, what do you call it? On my window sheet. And I waited, I don't know, a day or so. And when I went to go mess with it, because window sheets are not porous, I was getting some of the color on my fingers. And I was like, oh, that won't work. You can't give a card to somebody that happens to. So I lined mine with basic white. There's Virginia. Virginia says, I used to pick up dozens of starfish, conchs, sand dollars all the time. Holden is south-facing beach, so we get a lot of shells. I've got to come. I've got to come there. I'm inviting myself, Virginia. Okay, so where is... All right, I'm going to use this one that I used a while ago. And what we're going to do is I have some Stampin' Blends, and I couldn't, honestly, could not remember what colors I used. And I was like, so I was trying to give you the vision of the setting sun and the oranges and the yellows, and then the water, the different blues. So that was I was trying to be abstract. So today I just decided, you know what? I think we're going to bring a little bit of Petunia Pop. So is this the dark? So this is light. So I am just, all right. So this is my top piece, and I'm working from the top down. We have told you to come on. I'm hoping to plan a trip next month. I can't come in June. Are you going to go back any other time? Like July? All right. So like I said, this is the top down. So I'm going to go ahead. I think I better start with Daffodil Delight. Better just start. Yeah, I know that I'm not inviting myself because y'all have invited me. And oh my gosh, how much fun would we have? Ooh, that would be fun. Okay. What is this? I thought, ooh, some peach pie. I don't know. Let's just see. I probably should have put the peach pie up by the Daffodil Delight, but it's not very dark, so we're good. We're all good. All right, then we have Summer Splash, new in color. Okay, and we're just going to kind of do this. Is that a dark? Let's see, did I do dark? Yep, I did dark. And then let's do some Blueberry Bushel. Oh, yeah. Okay. No rhyme or reason. Just scribble, scribble, scribble. Pick your colors. Have a good time. I have some rubbing alcohol. And whenever you're doing this technique, you want to use the 91% or higher isopropyl alcohol. I'm so proud of myself that y'all taught me that. Going in July, the first week of July. July 4th? Oh, that might be pushing it. I'll get with you. I'll get with y'all. All right. So I have put some in one of the Stampin' Up spritzers. Okay. And I am just going to make sure you protect your surface. And I'm just going to spritz it. And then I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to kind of blow it. Now I can already see where I spritzed and it started drying. We're going to do it again. Okay. So you kind of see what it did. I lost some of my color here, but it's okay because I can always add more. We're going to add some more. I'm going to make sure everything is dry because I just felt something. Yep, a little bit wet there. So just make sure everything is dry. And we're going to add some more colors. If you do this technique to the inside of a laminating pocket, dry it and seal it, you can make it into a window sheet card. And would you, Renee, remind me, would you put that through the laminating machine or just let it dry? Talk to me. I'll try to catch your answer. Okay, we're going to do this again. Let that blue just run. So fun. So fun. We have done this before on vellum, but since we don't sell vellum anymore, but you wouldn't be able to see through the vellum. So that's why I chose the window sheets. Okay. All right. There you go. I think everything is dry. Yep. We're all good. Move this out of the way. And then I have a piece of basic white. Okay. Now, where's my card? So my card has a sentiment greeting here, and then it has this down here. So you really want to be careful where you put your adhesive on the front. Okay. So right now, just to be safe, I'm only going to put adhesive on the back of my card. Okay. And again, I'm going to use, because my brayer is yucky, I am going to use a sponge and some adhesive. I'm going to get a different adhesive. And I'm just going to put very thin line. And then I'm really rubbing that in. Oh, where'd that piece of fuzz come from? Well, that stinks. Where'd that come from? Come on. Oh my goodness. Really? Well, it's stuck. Unbelievable. See, it's still right there. I might have to put something on the back. Oh, I forgot something on another card. Okay, so I was a little bit off. And so I call this, you know, like, I won't call it going rogue. I just call it don't stress, because sometimes it is hard to match it perfectly. All right, Renee says, you do exactly what you were doing. Dry it with a heat gun, then put it through the laminating machine. Okay, to seal it. All right, gotcha. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my trimmer in, and I'm just going to trim it. My card's going to be a skosh smaller than it was supposed to be. Come on. A little bit smaller. Come on. It doesn't want to cut because I'm on TV. Who has me on the big screen tonight? Oh my goodness. Little stinker. Well, that was fun. It didn't want to cut. Yes, I was going through several layers, but it started to, and then it quit. Okay, so I'm just trimming this down to make it fit. The ink is gone. Which ink? Which ink is gone? Okay, so I have, grab just a little bit. I think it's pretty cool. Let me just fix that right there. I have a strip to do my stamping, and I'm just going to use Summer Splash. Improvise. Thank you, Tammy. We have to improvise. Make it fit. All right, I'm going to pull this in a little bit towards me because I want to make sure I have getting my head right over it. Ruth Ann is watching on the big screen, so you could see any mistakes I made. And it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. Okay. So I'm going to add this here. Okay. So then I know I could add adhesive underneath. Margaret says, I'm sitting watching and laughing out loud. My trimmer acts like that, only I don't have an audience. Right, Margaret? It's a little pressure when there's what? How many? I only have 227 watching tonight. That's not bad. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we are also going to get, thank goodness I have a lot of silicone sheets because I don't know what happened to my other one. We're just going to add a little bit. I forget that I'm so zoomed. Okay, there we go. A little bit of adhesive to our silicone sheet. And where did I put? Here it is. I have this and I have this. Well, y'all can't even see what it is. I have this and this. and my starfish that we're going to add to our card. Okay. We're going to do a little bit, and we're doing a very thin coat. I'm going to put this right here. Let me go out a little bit. Out, 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 out. I hope I'm entertaining y'all. And then we're going to do our coral. And a little bit more glue. Virginia, does this look like your beach? Oh, Marilyn, I'm so glad I'm entertaining. I mean, really, y'all, we just have to have fun here. Okay, so now I know. Okay, so y'all see how it's rubbing off? Can y'all see that? That's what was getting on my fingers. So now we know that we can add adhesive here and here. So I'm just going to do it. There we go. And apparently I still have a hangnail here, a little hanging chad. There we go. So now my card opens like this, okay? And I forgot on this card right here, let me bring this one back in. On the back, I cut out, well, since we did this, we're going to use a little seashell to decorate the back. And then I have another, whoops, another starfish. Whoops. Cute. So we decorated the back of that card. All right. 3 cards using window sheets or acetate. Let's bring them all back. We have those. We have these. Look how fun. Look how fun. That. And then we have this one. Now, I hope that I have inspired you to use your window sheets, even in your stamp cases, to make some cards. And remember, you can always use them. You can always use the window sheets for shaker cards. I think I need a shaker card using the same bundle. So like we said, the bundle is not available until June. What was it? June 2nd, June 6th. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm going to go finish watching the show with my daughter, my granddaughter. By the way, she's not here in the house. She is in North Dallas. So I'm going to go hang out with her a little bit and listen to some country music. I hope that, hope you guys take advantage of free shipping on Tuesday and join me Monday night for Mystery Monday Stamping. I'll be back on 7 p.m. Central. Memorial Day weekend, no mystery stamping. Nope, it's a holiday. Thank you, Diane. I'm so glad you liked my cards. Will this be available later? Yes, you can always watch the replay. It stays here on my YouTube channel. Just use the same link, Cheryl Ann. So, all right, guys, have a good one.